Have you ever written down a goal or repeated a goal over and over again, thinking that it would become true? Well, this episode is for you because I'm going to dive into manifestation, the things that we're told about manifestation, and the truth about manifestation. So a lot of the time when we hear manifestation, it's from these successful people, these famous people, and maybe also people that are slightly out of touch with how they actually got their success. What do I mean by that? So, a lot of the time we're sold this idea of manifestation, which is the following. I will think of what I want, the goal. I will obsessively kind of repeat that in my mind, and then it will magically kind of appear. And I do not believe that is true, because if you turn around and actually look at how most of these successful people achieved, they achieved by doing. They also achieved by thinking, and that's where I believe the visualization came in. They were obsessive over what they wanted to do. They did think about what they wanted to do, but then they also put in the steps each and every day to get there. And maybe at the start of it, they had a totally different vision too, because in life, we cannot control how our life actually turns out. We might believe that we can, and we might actually get some success of controlling it for a while. But life is a funny thing. Life can really throw certain things in a way or give you a totally different life than maybe even knew. Or maybe that life you visualized wasn't even what you wanted. So I want you to think about that. I want you to question, okay, have I been maybe thinking about my dreams too much and not doing? Because I'm a dreamer. Like in my mind, I can think about like 100 different things throughout the day and not actually do anything about them. And what started to change in my life was when I actually brought it together, that visualization, that thought process of the dream that I had, that obsessive nature, and then I actually put some hard work into it. And this should be the new manifestation we're selling to people. This should be the thing we're expressing to other individuals. And that's why I wanted to have this little video today, just so you can kind of think about this and hopefully so that you can have this as your truth, because I don't think we should be tearing people down that obviously say they manifest stuff. We shouldn't feel like it's cringe when they do that. We should really try to see if they're telling us the full story or just making it sound glamorous, because that half of manifestation sounds sexy, it sounds glamorous, but that is not the whole like true story. Like half of that was putting the hard work in, and that probably was not sexy at all. That was probably the least sexy thing. They probably don't want to talk about that because that was like a difficult time in their life, and maybe it doesn't sound so sexy on camera. But I want to be the one here to sit down with you and give you some actual practical kind of things to be able to use this in your life. So let's go through the framework. What can I do today that will actually help? The first thing would be to break it down, make it into micro actions. Like say I want to be a photographer. What could I do today to get there? And maybe I want to be a photographer for celebrities. What could I do to actually get there? Break it down step by step, what you can do to get towards your dream. And visualize plus build. This is the second one. Visualize plus build. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is, yes, picture it, but also build it. Put in the steps to actually get there. Put in the time to actually get that dream that you've been imagining in your mind. And also sometimes we're stopped by actually wanting to do it by trying to be perfect. So a third one would be take the first step imperfectly. Because if you're going to achieve that dream, you're going to have lots of mini imperfect steps. And you can do that. You can think of it, take these imperfect tiny steps and get to your dream. And also clock in with yourself weekly. So you have that dream, you have that why, you know why you want this thing, but clock in each week and remind yourself that and visualize that thing. But you've now done the actions to go alongside it. And I think if you put these kind of things together, that is what manifestation is. It's the visualizing and then also the practical kind of side of it, which is left out a lot of this time. And that's what I really want you to kind of go back and ask yourself. I want you to kind of question, have I been maybe just too much in my head? Have I been thinking about these things too much? And if you have, then it's time to take steps. It really is. Like, it's time to kind of get out of your comfort zone and stop imagining them and instead do, because they're probably closer than you could ever expect. So this was just a short episode today. And if you enjoyed this and felt like this kind of helped you, then I really would love it if you could drop a like or a comment or give me a different idea for a video, because I'm happy to have two-way open conversations. So I'll see you guys soon. Have a good one.